Hey, so this video is all about the valley of despair. Now, what is the valley of despair? How do you recognize if you're inside of the valley of despair? How do you get outside of the valley of despair? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And the valley of despair is a very scary place because you can easily quit this journey you're on and end up where you started. And it's very demotivating. Now, there's a diagram that I want to show you that could possibly explain the different stages of where you're at and what you've taken versus what's up ahead. Now, look, if you're watching this video, it might be a situation where you haven't entered the valley of despair, but the knowledge of what's around the corner, it can help you, mitigate those. So let me show you this image. Just give me a sec. Okay, so look at the screen here, right? There are different phases, right, of your journey. This isn't specific to tutoring or a tutoring business. This is in general any type of change. Any type of change. So this video, look, will be beneficial for your business, but it's going to be beneficial for any type of change you go through in life, whether it's getting married, whether it's, getting a divorce, whether it's starting a new business, whether it's moving country, whether it's starting a new job, whether it's leaving your job, any type of change, you're going to go through these phases, whether you like it or not, right? You're going to go through these phases. Now, phase one is called uninformed optimism. So let's just say you've done this decision, you're like, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to do this, right? You're uninformed of the journey ahead, but you're optimistic about it. You're like, how bad can it be? I am, a superstar teacher. I'm a superstar in general. I will be fine, right? I don't know what's ahead of the challenges, but I'm going to deal with it as they come on, right? How bad can it be? Now, this is where you probably started your journey. The difficulty with this is that as you get more informed, you start entering phase two, right? And you start realizing, whoa, to do this change, there are different things I need to include, or different things I need to change, or different things I need to adapt to, right? And it's an emotional change, it's a physical change, and it's a mental change. So as you become more informed, you start realizing, you start looking around, and you feel like, oh my god, actually, there's a lot to this, and it isn't, sunshine and rainbows. So as you become more informed, you start being more pessimistic. More informed, you end up becoming more pessimistic, and you start realizing, am I capable of making this change? Is it really in my ability to do that? All right, can I actually transform my body, transform my life, transform my future to become a successful business owner, to become a successful, employee, or whatever change you're making? Right? As you become more informed, you become more pessimistic. Now, this cycle keeps going. More information, more pessimism. More information, more pessimism. And this is where a lot of people end up. This is called the valley of despair, right? The valley of despair, everywhere you look around, it's darkness. Everything you try doesn't work, right? It's so many new things, so many different things you need to apply. It's a total catastrophe because it's so difficult, right? Now, this is where a lot of people quit, right? How many people have wanted to start their own t-shirt brand or clothing brand, or how many people wanted to quit their job and start being an entrepreneur and then end up finding a new job? How many Instagram pages have 5 followers and they're 10 years old, right? Creating an Instagram page, uninformed optimism. Oh my god, I can have 10,000 followers, and if I have 10,000 followers, I get this amount of income. Amazing. Informed pessimism. Oh my god, to actually get 10,000 followers, I need to post regularly. I need to research what kind of posts I need to make. That's quite a lot. Valley of despair. Okay, I've done the research. I've posted. Everywhere I look is darkness, and I still have 5 followers. This is depressing. That's where a lot of people end up. This is where you might be. This video is for people who are in the valley of despair. Everywhere they look, it's darkness. It's just a difficult place to get out of. Now, what most people do is, because it's so dark, because it's so difficult, they quit. They quit and they go find something new. They find this new thing, uninformed optimism. Oh my God, actually, getting it back into my job isn't too bad. I'm in a new school, new head teacher, new area. It's not too bad. I'm quite optimistic about it. Maybe I can climb the ladder. I can. Cycle continues. You start realizing more and more things. More information makes you more pessimistic about your situation, right? You end up in a place where everywhere you look is darkness, right? It's just a sad situation. Whether you like it or not, any type of change you make is going to, this cycle happens, right? That's what most people do. They quit and then they repeat phase 1 to 3. Now, look, I want you to pause this video, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and think about these 3 phases and think about what stage you are at and what stages you've seen before. Have you been in phase 1 before? Have you been in phase 2 before? Have you been in phase 3? Right? Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes and think about the phases and think about how they apply for yourself. So now we've discussed phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and that most people quit and they end up in phase 1 again. Let's talk about if you don't quit, right? And you push through. This is a new phase called phase 4, where you're informed and you're optimistic about your situation, right? You know everything there is to know about your challenge, everything there is to know about tutoring business, everything there is to know about the market, everything there is to know about whatever change you're making, right? And now you're optimistic because there's no other challenges ahead. You're like, I've dealt with all of the challenges. Now, as long as I package it all into the right place, or like if I can organize my thoughts, if I can organize everything, there is something at the end, right? Become informed, you're more optimistic. The last phase is phase 5, success and fulfillment, right? This is where we all want to be. This is where we all want to be. This is where we all want to be. But nobody wants to go through the valley of despair. This is where we all want to be, but nobody wants to go through the valley of despair. Even though we must go through the valley of despair to end up in phase 5. There is no way around it. You cannot be uninformed and go and become a successful and feel fulfilled. It cannot happen. So as you become more informed, you become more pessimistic, you end up in the valley of despair. Everything you try doesn't work. You figure out all of the challenges, you become an expert in your area, and you're optimistic about your circumstances, right? Then you become successful, and then you feel fulfilled. So that's what the valley of despair is, right? Let me remove some of my drawings so that we can actually see. Cool. I guess that's as much as it goes. So think about the different stages. Make sure you recognize you're in the valley of despair. I'm not saying there isn't a way around it. Like if someone tells you there's a way to go from uninformed to success and fulfillment, it's just not true. The only way is to go through the valley of despair. Now you can get help, right? That's where we come in. We kind of guide you. We make sure we force you through this section, right? We hold your hand and we drag you. You tell me you're struggling. I'm like, just hold on, and I pull you through, right? But whether you like it or not, we have to go through this phase. Right, so think about these phases. Think about yourself. If you are here, the only way is through. Either you go through or you quit, right? And by doing nothing, you're quitting, by the way. Right? By doing nothing, you're quitting. Either you go through or you quit. hopefully this video is useful. I know that it's useful for myself. I know that's useful for the people I've spoken to about it. Um, Research value of despair is not something that I've created from scratch. It's a very well-known cycle of change. And yeah, any questions you have, let me know. Okay?